Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Felegie.
Andre Savage Felegie fighting out of the red corner is 5'3", weighing in at 125 pounds, 21 years old, fighting out of Shark Pit Jiu-Jitsu in Winchester, Virginia. His hometown, Charlestown, West Virginia, and his MMA record is 1-3. He is currently the number 12th ranked flyweight in Virginia, and this is his CageZilla debut. Currently, you can see right now, he's training under Anthony Wilson, who we've seen here quite a bit, both in boxing, kickboxing, and MMA here at CageZilla. One of the things I like about Andrew Sadiq is that at 1-3, you can tell he just never really stopped. He just continuously keeps going, and when he loses, he's fighting against tough talent, so he just keeps going.
Yeah, I like that a lot. You know, like we were talking about when people starting off their career on a loss and keep pushing, it's a whole different type of mental strength to go on 3 fights losing streak and then find a way to finally push through in that first win.
And to lose 3 in a row and, recognizing it at the amateur level, sometimes you don't know who you're fighting, right? Sometimes your first fight's against a guy, man, he's so tough and he just doesn't stop coming and he gets the win, and then maybe he loses 5 in a row because he doesn't really know the MMA game figured out. We were talking about that frenetic pace. Or the opposite, your first fight as an amateur is against Sadiq Youssef, who is going to go and fight in the UFC.
Exactly, and like you said, it's one of those things too, even if you're coming off losses, in the amateurs, I can't express it enough. It's all about the experience. If you're still getting something good out of it, keep pushing. As long as you know there's an end goal.
You're absolutely right. And we'll throw it back down to Chris for the official call out of the blue corner.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Darion Prosise.
Darion, the Dinwiddie assassin, Prosise. 5'8", weighed in at 124 pounds. He's 24 years old, and he's got an independent gym, meaning there is no gym. He trains under his own accord with his own team, and sometimes that means guys are training in their garage in the heavy bag and lifting weights, and other times that means guys are bouncing around to 4 or 5 different spots, and they just have their best friend corner them.
Exactly. Sometimes the independent doesn't necessarily mean what we think it means. It might just mean you just don't have a home for now, but every time I see independent, I always have that knee-jerk reaction like, okay, this guy's somebody just training around with his buddies. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Well, he wrestled for 4 years. He was a U.S. Marine, so already, he's going to be in good shape. And he did do some fighting in, they call it the underground fight circuit. I think I call it YouTube cage matches, right? On the grass. And, look, I'm not going to tell you that is the same thing as competing in a CageZilla cage or an official MMA bout. It's very different. It's more like hard sparring.
Yes.
But it is hard sparring.
Yes.
And you are going to get somewhat of a realistic look of punches whizzing by you, people trying to knock you out.
Yeah, for sure. If you can't say anything else, you're definitely tough. You're somebody that don't care about life.
And we'll throw it down to Chris, the official call out. Sure.
Salisbury Center, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla Flyweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Sands Screen Printing, turning ink into art, and Tobaccoology. Fine cigars and tobacco run by fine people with locations in Manassas and Haymarket. Starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'3" and weighing in at 125 pounds, fighting out of Shark Pit Jiu-Jitsu with a record of 1-3, it's Andrew Savage Felegie. Woo! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 124 pounds, he is an independent fighter with a record of 1 win and no defeats. It's Darion Prosise. Woo! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla Flyweight division. It is brought to you by Sands Screen Printing and Tobaccoology, and your referee is Michael Dolman.
Michael Dolman around the cage and getting both guys ready to rock here for our third bout of the evening at CageZilla 73.
I feel like this is going to be a fun one. 5'8" at 125 is very, very tall for that weight class.
Yeah. Ooh, no touch of gloves.
No touch of glove, and starts with a snap kick straight to the gut. I'm not a big fan of touching gloves either, I feel like once the fight starts, I kind of want to get the fight started. Because sometimes I'm still asleep until the first punch. That was a good solid right hand, but a good takedown from Andrew.
Good defense there, though.
And that's where we see the
Prosise.
4 years wrestling experience, because he was deep in on that shot, you know. But that was a lot of very strong hips on the side of Prosise. Another good shot. He almost ate a knee. He almost ate a knee. So now at least we see the game plan. It seems like Andrew's fully committed to wrestling, getting this fight to the ground.
Some good chain wrestling though there from Andrew.
He fought that takedown off all the way to the very end, but now it seems like Andrew's in a very solid position. And at this point right now, I think Darion should stop thinking about fighting off the takedown, start looking for sweeps or a way to get up.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's holding on to that guillotine grip for so long, and you know, eventually when they get out, they're going to be that much further ahead. And right now, beautiful back
transition to the back. And he has both hooks in. It looks like he's trying to spread out grapevine. He was a little high, but he was able to settle back in. See, now we're starting to see some more high-level transitions, you know. He was a little high on the back. He settled back in. Now he's in a great, solid position.
Yeah, he's in a good spot now. Good adjustment.
Oh, nice. And now he's starting to flatten him out. He's using those hooks and spreading them apart, trying to get him off his knees so where he doesn't have a base on either foot.
A lot of pressure here.
A whole lot of pressure. Oh, man, Darion is stuck. And here we are again. Now, if he could work his arm out, he's just going to start looking to punch, you know, because with the amount of pressure that he has on his hips, as long as you keep grapevine and keep locking out his hips, you can get all the free hits you can, because they need that hand to build back up to a base.
And Michael Dolman's really, really close right now.
Wow, nice. And this is what we're seeing now. Although he's 1-3, that's 4 fights of experience. You know, you have a solid game plan. He never got away from the game plan. Every time he took a shot, he didn't get it. He went for another takedown.
Right.
Over and over until he got it to the ground. And he's like, okay, if I can get this guy to the ground, I have the better jiu-jitsu. Very good control on the top from Andrew.
Yeah, relentless. And with 45 seconds left, he's got enough time here. Some good strikes. Michael Dolman's thinking about it right now.
Every time Prosise builds back up, it's like he's just constantly.
And that's it. That's it. He's stopping it.
Stops it. Yeah. And what you saw right there was just solid control. Just solid control. It's not crazy damage, but it's okay. It's the amateurs. You don't want guys leaving here with doing too much damage than they needed. But on Andrew's part, very impressive performance.
Yeah, I actually completely agree with that stoppage. I think all too often we see guys at a relatively early age or early in their career go out on their shields and say, okay, look, you're not showing that you know how to get out of this position. You're not doing anything differently, and the result has been the same.
Exactly.
And it looks like Prosise's corner wasn't even sure that was the end of the fight. They didn't really realize they're still sitting down there.
Yeah, I think they thought that was the end of the round, you know. But to be honest, like you were saying, Prosise didn't have a way to get out of the position. Every time he would build back up, Andrew would flatten him back out again. And you need your hands to build back up. These just random punches on top of your head over and over again. The referee has no choice but to stop him.
Yeah, and his corner is still sitting down there. I don't know if they know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they realize the fight is over. You know, I think it's starting to hit now. But
yeah, I think they're getting some tips there from the good doc.
Yeah.
You know, and Prosise is still kind of waiting in his corner as well, as if.
And like you said before, coming from the underground circuit, you know, you're expecting a little bit more blood, you know, so you might not be used to the fight ending this
quick,
this safely.
Right, this safely. No, and that's a great point. And we'll throw it down to Chris for the official decision.
Salisbury Center referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the very first round. For your winner by referee stoppage due to strikes, out of the red corner, it's Andrew Felegie.
And there you have it, folks. The end of our third bout. Andrew Felegie, 2 in a row now in the win column after 3 losses in a row. And I bring that up not to talk about something negative, but really just to highlight the resiliency. And now that he's on his way in his amateur career, seeing some great improvements with a big win there over Prosise. When we return, bout number 4 coming back. CageZilla 73.